Game on. We back. Back at it. Damn, Daniel. All right. What do we got? We got what? So I'll tell you what we got. What we're going to talk about right meow is World Champs preview. And then I'm going on a fucking social media hiatus until the race begins. And I'm going to watch it. It's early tomorrow morning, though, so I probably won't watch it live. But watch it right afterwards. And I'm not going to go on it. I don't want to spoil it for myself. I don't want to accidentally try and talk about it. And then, because I was looking at, what's it called? Where is this? UCI, World Champs, the qualies. And guess who's close to the top? I don't even know if I did like a full preview on this, but I'm pretty sure I did. And I think at one point I may have mentioned Loris Vergier. And look where he is, sitting pretty. Top five, maybe. I don't know. I'm looking it up right now. Mabi. I think he might be six. But it's good to see him on pace with the other people. Let's be honest, guys. Jesus Christ, is Loic Bruni fast. This track is only 2 minutes and 39 seconds. Loic's time was 2:39. Asa Vermette, shout out Asa Vermette Jr. Junior men's world champ. Just absolutely crushing it, dude. He's V good. He's so good. So, shout out Asa Vermette. Nice job. God damn, I can't wait to see him in in the men's like elite. That's sick. Greg Minnaar's last race, I think. This one. I don't know if it's his last race or just his last world champs. He's gonna retire, but I think it might be last one. But anyways, the God damn it, why isn't this loading? I gotta click on something. That's probably why. Men's. Oh no, I did. Live timing. Wait. All right. Timeout. Car. All right. I got it pulled up. This is a wild fucking list. Some regular, regular contenders, but god damn is this list deep. And some US guys on the list. Here we go. I'll just get into it. Loic Bruni first for qualies. And I'm wondering, I don't think you can really chill that much in qualies because you want to be up by the faster guys. I think. I'm pretty sure. At least, I mean, yeah, it's complete. I was a swimmer, so it's completely different. But I don't know. It just feels like the mentality is like, yeah, I want to go later I want to be with the faster guys. I don't know, whatever. But Loic first, Ryan Pinkerton. I mean, this is kind of impressive. He's 2 seconds back on a 2 minute and 39 second track. A 2 minute and 40 second track. He's 2 seconds. Everyone is 2 seconds back off Loic Bruni. Jesus fucking Christ. People are not chilling by 2 seconds on this track. If the time is lower, that means the difference in time, like proportion, it's like a proportional thing. So 2 seconds on, like if it's a 4 minute track and someone's 2 seconds back, that doesn't mean the same thing as 2 minutes or 3 minutes and 2 seconds back. It's so, because second place Ryan Pinkerton, 2 minutes or Jesus Christ, 2 seconds, yeah, like 2 seconds back, and then Danny Hart, uh-huh, third, in third in qualies with 2/10 of a second off Ryan Pinkerton. That's what I expect. The next one, a tenth off Danny Hart, not even. Thibaut Deprella, Benoit Coulange, Loris Vergier, Finn Isles, Ollie Davis. That's good to see. Ronan Dunn. Austin Dooley rounding out the top 10. Ocean O'Callahan, 11th. 12th, Omri. Lucas Shaw's in 13th. God damn, it's just a stacked field, dude. These World Cups are getting insanely quick in the top, like 20. Top 25. Yeah, that's like, you're getting some really fucking good riders in the top 20. In the top 25 is just like, yeah, they're pretty fucking good. I can't wait to watch this, dude. Oh man, Sam Blankensop. I think he got 33, and I think they only take 32. How is Sam not faster? Oh shit, Greg didn't even qualify? Damn. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, guys. What's the start list? Start list for the final. 104? Okay, so there's a ton of people on this fucking thing. Yeah, Greg Menard, 17th. Why is he? Oh, I wonder if he's like protected or something. I wonder how fucking heavily I'm breathing into the mic. I just went surfing, so I'm like stuffed the fuck up. All right, this can't be right. This doesn't make any sense. Because I'm seeing Ryan Pinkerton's at like 23rd and he qualified second. I don't think so, guys. You're not fucking fooling me. Okay? All right. There's nothing funny about this. I'm just very fucking excited for this tomorrow. I can't sleep. I'm too excited. I need to record something right now. I want to get it in the fucking books that I believe heavily in everyone here, but as soon as I saw that Loic Bruni was up on people by over 2 seconds, you're not finding 2 seconds in a run. And if you are, you're riding on the edge, and it's going to be a run for the fucking, who's, if I could see anyone doing that, man, Ronan, but he's 3 seconds back. I mean, I guess I honestly, I could see Ronan pulling 3 seconds out of his fucking ass, and it's not, but yeah, he's really quick. That'll be interesting. Damn, what would you bet on if I were a betting man? If there were fucking odds on this, I wish. I mean, smart money's Loic's minus. Gotta be. I don't know. I really want to. I want to see. I want to see if there's any interviews like how were people like holding back. Like, okay, yeah, I can push in these corners, but I don't know. This is. God damn, I'm so fucking excited. In Andorra, it's so steep there too. It reminds me a lot of like California, like the Sierra Nevadas. I don't know. You get it. Dry, dusty, high elevation, arid, all those terms. Desert like, but alpine. Super sick. And very steep. I've actually never been to the Sierra, so this is based solely off YouTube research, which is never good. Oh no, I didn't download this video. Download. Um, as a BK. Bernard Kerr. Andorra World Champs bonus day. This is on so early. I gotta look up when it's on tomorrow. Okay, I'm rambling. I'm talking. There's nothing going on here. I'm not doing this. I believe think Loris could do well here. I think he could push into that top five. Danny Hart, I love seeing him in third. That's fucking sweet. I hope he has some more in the tank. I, yeah, I want Ronan. I'm rooting for Ronan to push it in. Whoa, fucking pause. Jeez, dude. Omri Piron to push into the top top 5, hopefully. That'd be sick for him. Big year. Big first year. First year? No, not first year. Big first year on Mondraker, I think. But anyways, that's all I wanted to get down for now. I'm gonna go over the actual race tomorrow. After I watch it, and then probably just bitch and moan and discuss and make fun of localism and surfing and just surf culture in general because it's fucking hysterical. It's great. I watched the documentary and it's oh yeah, I said it last week. It's awesome. It's awesome. Can't wait to talk about it. It's gonna be great. All right. All right. Time out. Car. Game on. Shit. Hang on a second. All right. Maybe a little bit better. Who knows? Hopefully. Now the mic's on. All right. Well, I done it again. Didn't plan ahead. Just was like, oh yeah, this will be on Max, even though it's not popping up yet. Guess what? It wasn't on Max, motherfuckers. I had to, I had to like go into lives like a Flow bike, Flow Sports or some shit. Got my ass good. Got my ass real fucking good. So then I like went into it, and they must have been on like a break or a pause or something, and I just wasn't thinking. It was early this morning. It was like 4, 5 a.m. And I was like, what the fuck? It's not going. But I think they were just on a pause, maybe for like a 5, 10 minute pause or whatever. Like mid break, I could have watched the men live. Oh, I just fucking dumbass. So I'm fucking going on a social media break. And I'm not watching or I'm not looking at anything till I can watch this live. So I'm going to talk. I'm going to. I've been getting more into I'll save. I'm gonna save World Champs. I really want to watch it live and get have like a live reaction, not just look at some fucking internet page that says first, second, third, fourth, and so on. All right, so bear fucking with me. This is my therapy session. I get to decide. I'm shot, man. I've been surfing more because my ankle's been fucked. I might have. I don't know. I don't know the difference between a bone bruise and a break or a fracture or any of those, but my ankle definitely I whacked that motherfucker pretty good. Still hit the jumps though. Glad I did not try to just power through and hit the biggest one. That would have been so fucking dumb. Woo! Way to save myself. Alright, pause. Back at it. Sorry. I'm in a parking lot and I don't know how soundproof my van is, so I don't know like who can hear me, who can't. So I take a hot second when someone walks by if I think they're gonna come to the car next to me, because I don't want anyone fucking listening to this. You heard? Therapy sessions are private. I do. I'm not. Yeah. 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 Inside thoughts. Inside thoughts. Outside thoughts. Very different. So I've been getting into surfing way more with my ankle and being how it is. It feels so good in the water. And I've been watching more like YouTube vids. I watched the documentary, what's it called? Busting Down the Door. Pretty wild. Pretty wild time. It Hawaii seems like a very like almost like a Wild West for for the surf community. I think for the community in general, but for the surf community, it felt like, yeah, you know, natives and foreigners kind of You know, the most basic battle. What they all start as. Pretty wild. The it really it's just like it always comes I feel like in every situation it comes down to self-awareness and it comes down to the like having awareness for the situation you are in. You are putting yourself in. It's like everyone. All right, I gotta fucking flesh this one out. Jesus Christ. So what is it like? It's like if you put your hand on something hot, got burned, said ow, and then got pissed at like someone else for you deciding to put your hand on. It's like, yeah, then so you put your hand on the stove, you get burnt, and then getting mad at the stove for being hot. It's like, dude, you turn the stove on, or that thing is just existing there. Like it is, they like it's not out to get you. It's like these native Hawaiians to be like to just like to talk shit like that and not expect anything to happen. Now to take it as like far as they did, that's obviously like fucking weird. Like that's where it becomes like I think those guys just just liked being violent. Like that back like in that time, that's what like you hurt people kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's just Eddie Rothman, that main guy, Dahui, that like the black shorts people, the gang. So I didn't even describe this shit, but it's the so basically these Australians were surfing wasn't like professional, but there were competitions like in Hawaii. Hawaiians were like pretty good at surfing, I think, and we're kind of like going or making and we're the main competitors in these competitions. And Australians came to Hawaii, Australians and South Africans, uh, came to Hawaii and tried to like start competing in these things. And so they did. They got spots and they were good. So they started making a name for themselves. They were treating the sport professionally. It was honestly, I don't think the documentary was that well done. It kind of jumped right. I don't know. Maybe I missed something in it, but it felt like it jumped too quickly to. I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. It was quick moving for sure. It was like honestly, it was an hour and a half, and it felt like it. Maybe that's what it was. It could have been. I feel like this was like an HBO series they should have done. Maybe not, but I just like moved very quickly, just like real fast, and it was yeah. So maybe that's what it was. Maybe that is not that it wasn't good. It was really good. There was more of a story to tell. Honestly, there were so many characters in this, so many people that they talked to that had such a like kind of like what felt like a major role. That was it. This is exactly what it was. They had such a what felt like from the story that they were telling had such a major role. Like this Ian Crane guy, I think his name was. He I feel like didn't even get that much screen time, but he's traveling around with a shotgun and a bat in his car and was like ready to like kill someone in case if they got close to him because and then like that in and of itself should be like I feel like they could have done like 30 minutes, 40 minutes on like this one guy and he wasn't even like the main story because there was a guy that he didn't even talk about his injury. I don't know if he's just like bullshitting and like making shit up, or but it felt like he was pretty scarred by the event. Like they beat him up like pretty badly. Um, sorry, the Black Shorts gang, Dahui, were kind of out for blood on these two guys because these two Australians, because when they were going through this competitive circuit in Hawaii and winning these events and doing well, after like 2 years of that, they started writing like articles for Surfer magazine or some shit, and we're just saying like unnecessarily like rude stuff. Like basically their skill, the Hawaiian skill has plateaued, and ours has blossomed or flourished or something like that, which is not the worst, but you're clearly like trying to put someone else down. So it's like talk shit, get hit, dude. Why, like, if you're not friends with these people, then what are you doing? Like you're just talking shit. You like so anyways, he gets back this other guy, Wayne Bartholomew. They call his nickname was Rabbit. Um Wayne was got there like early, like after these 2 years of winning competitions and then writing an article, becoming like the face. Sorry, that was the other thing. It was like there was a whole like buildup of like being famous and doing this like quote unquote professionally, going and surfing every day, getting pictures in magazines and like your name out to other like companies and shit like that. And like I feel like all of that wasn't really like gone into that deeply. It was like the first like 30, 40 minutes maybe, but it was like, yo, that was like that could have been like an hour and a half, 2 hours in and of itself. Just learning about 75. It was like 74 to 75. It was like 74, 75, or 75, 76. One of the it was like 74 to 75, and then 75 to 76 basically, where this was like all taking place. And yeah, just like you got to have awareness for yourself to be like, okay, these people are clearly have a penchant for violence and enforcing their cultural rules, whatever they may be. I think that was another part of this documentary that they went into for like 5, 10, 15 minutes about this kind of like localism stuff, which could be an entirely I've started like looking into this whole localism shit, and it looks at first right off the surface, because like the people that are this whole localism shit is like it's like I'll like someone will like take a wave or burn you, whatever the fucking terminology is. It's so dumb. It's to enforce like, all right, you have to wait your turn kind of thing. It's like a very like swinging your like fucking like big dick swinging kind of shit, or like putting your nuts on the table. Like I'm good. Blah. And then there's also like a violence aspect to it where you can actually get into a fight. And that's immediately what jumps out at me, where it's like, why the fuck would that ever be the case? Like I would never put myself in a situation to get into a fucking fight. Like I'm not going in a spot where there's going to be like the most hardcore people, where it's going to be an issue like that. Like at one point when I started looking into this shit, there was a little bit where I was starting to understand, like, oh, okay, this kind of occurs more so in places where there's safety, where it's a higher stress environment, and I think that in higher stress environments, there's going to naturally be less communication because everyone is much more on edge. There's a lot more going on usually in a stressful situation where you are just at the ready all the time. like you're constantly aware. You're not like you can't chill. You're not gonna you're not gonna just like, oh man, look at this. I mean, you can to a certain extent. You don't see a wave coming, like take in the scenery and the nature around you. It's very beautiful, but also, in the back of your mind, you got to be thinking like, all right, keep looking out because there might be a wave. Dude, I got blasted in the fucking face because I just like wasn't looking. I mean, not really, but I was sitting at the top of I was at the very peak of where you start to get sucked into the wave, and like where way up high where the water starts to get like kind of like light blue greenish. It was terrifying, and I just didn't know it was happening because I was just like in my lottie fucking da, just in my own world. Like, oh my god, it's terrifying, dude, terrifying. So, but I'm like, and I'm that's in like a beginner spot. Like the places where I'm surfing at are beginner areas. Who the fuck is going to go over to like these big, like pro level? It'd be like a pro level jump line and just being like, just cutting in front of someone. So there's like, if you're gonna do that, then I guess yeah, the like a pro should be. You're gonna get someone hurt. Someone has to come rescue you. Someone has to come save you. It's like I don't know, just there's nothing you can do about it. Like that's like why get into a fucking fight over something if you're like you're just like who gives a fuck? Like it's not your fucking problem. But yeah, if it's endangering other people, I can understand where there's going to be a place where you need to tell someone not to do something, but there's going to be less communication because it's a high stress environment. Like I get it, but the way it's explained is not great. Like I was watching or listening to a podcast of like some of these actually Koa Rothman, Eddie Rothman, the guy in the video that, you know, definitely didn't beat the shit out of that like Wayne Bartholomew guy. His kid, Koa Rothman, I was listening to a podcast with him and it was like what did he say? He was like even when you think it's your turn, it's not. And I think he was just like stressed about the what had just happened to him or whatever the fuck the video or part of the podcast was that he was describing. But like that's not that's not what it is. It's not even that. It's not that. It's just being aware of your surroundings, understanding that you are the new person, the odd one out in the situation, and there are different not everyone's the same, and being aware of that and understanding that and setting yourself up for success in that situation should be, you know, that should just be a natural understanding that people have because I think the survival of that, I think the survival tactics of that instinct are very good. It's to blend in to become one with the culture that you are. It's like, why wouldn't that but hey, I guess it hasn't because I feel like there's a lot of people that are just fuck you, I'm here now. And when you talk shit like that, you might run into people that don't like that. Coming from a guy that's gotten punched in the face numerous times for talking shit. That's what happens. Yeah, the video was there the document so yeah, the documentary was good. It was good. It wasn't long enough. The Quicksilver CEO had a fucking quote in there that was just, you know, primo. It was great. He was like, what did he say? I wrote it down. Can man, fuck. I didn't write what he said, but he was like, yeah, we just gave these kids some free gear. We weren't even paying them or something to that extent. Where it's like, dude, don't fucking brag about it. What the fuck? You're like, he's like, it was worth five. I definitely consider their success like part of the company getting us to. Yeah, it was like yeah, we just gave him for a year and our weren't even paying him, and I consider their success like a key part in this company's success. Like then he goes on to list 5 million, 10 million, 50 million, 100 million, and so on and so forth. It's just like you just had to get the 100 million out. You just had to talk about that. Had to say it out loud for the rest of the world. You fucking weirdo. I love these like mentalities in like you can only be this kind of hippie like oh sweet man in surfing or snowboarding or anything. Like you can only be one thing. The stereotype is the truth. And it's so funny seeing these people that are clearly psychopaths that are also in these like, oh man, no worries, dude. Like business. It's it's very interesting. It's just it's fucking hysterical to watch. The dichotomy of the two is just the absolute break in everything that it symbolizes versus what it is has become for you know what everything is about money. I get it. I'm here, dude. Sign me. If you give me some stock, I'm not saying fucking no to that. I'll sell out in a fucking second, dude. No problem. The best character in that movie was Michael Thompson. He talks like this. He's from South African. He's this. He's a South African. He sounds like he did way too much coke and just didn't know when to stop. Respect, brother. and and just he's like his eyes are like bugged out at the end of this video, and he's like the most with the most I'll surf till I die, and just like his hair's like he looks like fucking Gollum. His hair's bouncing all around with little strands he has left. That guy was nuts. He was out of it. That was the other thing. I have like he was a part of this, but also not really. Like there were two like main people, and it felt like they almost like didn't even get the most screen time. Like it was more like I feel like Mark Richards got a good amount of screen time, rightfully so. This one South African guy got a lot of screen time. Ian Crane, I feel like didn't get as much, and Wayne Bartholomew got like okay amount. But I feel like those were the two main focuses of the doc, and they didn't get what I would have thought would be like a much more screen time. I don't know. And I don't think Mark Smith did either, if that's Mark Richards did either. It's just that he stood out more to me because I liked how he surfed. So it was like every time he was on, I was like, oh, sick, yes. Yeah, I don't know. They need to redo that and do like a fucking 8, 10 part series on HBO or some shit. But yeah, I guess it's just, and it's not to say like you should just not deal with like violent people or not do anything about it, but it's also like don't antagonize already violent people. Like they clearly don't have it all together, and you like, and he's like, it seems pretty chill now. Like it seems like they're over it, but it like got to a point where he was like, he couldn't go like outside. This Wayne guy, it was crazy, dude. Like get too locked up into it, and people just love hurting other people. Humans are nasty. Humans are the absolute fucking worst, dude. We're terrible. We're horrible, no good, dirty, rotten scoundrels, and we will succumb to the easiest outlet for our emotional, I guess, blockade that we experience. Just how do I release this energy? How do I feel somewhat better? How do I feel some happiness? Oh, by inflicting pain on others. You know, misery loves company, baby. Just go to town on this dude's face. Well, he said a couple mean words about me, so I'm gonna fucking give him some internal bleeding. You know, it's just how it goes sometimes. It is pretty wild how much. I mean, what else would you expect? It's a wealthier island in the middle of. Sorry, my thought was it's crazy how many pro surfers live there and are grew up there, live there now, like natives kind of. It's it'd be like in one sport. That's the crazy part. But kind of makes sense with like being a populated you know D1 country, the US. So, like I don't know. I would be it'd be interesting. I Other places haven't like popped up like Hawaii did. Like for YouTubers. I haven't really seen too many Australian people. I need to find more cuz Nathan Florence and Koa Rothman have been the go-tos and they're honestly for how much schooling that they've said they've completed from what I've seen in their videos, they are very well spoken and they can think for themselves, which is really kind of what school should teach you. But, you know, that's another topic for another time. they, yeah, they seem pretty well spoken. But Ko is very just like chill to listen to. It doesn't, he's got like opiate eyes, but I think it's just from so much surfing. It is pretty funny to listen to how like Eddie Rothman talks in this documentary and some of the like the YouTube clips that I've seen of him, and then Koa, and you can see it come out every once in a while. 'Cause Koa's like, "I'll beat someone up," or some dumb shit that he like says in his stoner surfer voice, and but other than that, he's just like, "Yeah, man. So I think I'm gonna surf today. Sweet, it's pumping." Yo, that's pumping. It's always pumping. So, yeah, I don't know how I fucking feel about surf culture. Okay? We're gonna have to fucking feel it out. I've met some people while I've been surfing. It's been fun. It's been nice. They've been neat, neato. But I just got so caught up in this. Is someone gonna fucking like drop in on me? Like I've definitely pissed people off in the water because I go to where the waves are and not don't realize that someone's already waiting there. So I saw that once. I think I've fixed it. I'm going into the situation and just feeling it out. Just feeling it out. Not going crazy, just feeling it out. And I haven't gotten any dirty looks since. So I think I kind of fucking, aware of the situation, have some awareness for oneself and just gotta feel your way around the world. I feel like we're just as a society, as people, we're so stressed out in this environment that we've created for ourselves. This environment that we call life, where it's like I don't have time. I don't have the energy. That's what everyone says, but they mean they don't have the energy. I don't have the time to do that. Yes, you do. Everyone has time. There's 24 hours in a day. You have time. You just don't have the energy because you'd have to give up sleep or something else that makes you happy. Something else that you need. you know? So it's just that you don't have the energy to put towards fe- feeling something out. You just want to be able to close your eyes, not be self-aware, because being self-aware takes energy, takes so much thought, and I hate to say it, but awareness in the situation that you have to, that no one wants to do it. No one has the energy to do that nowadays, it feels like. Not no one. Most people, I would say. I would say there's a lot of people, and me, even me. And the reason I say most people is because it happens to me so much. I was such a fucking snippy little bitch, snippy little prick. There we go. Not sexist. See, both ways. With my coworker on Friday, and I just had to stop. I had to stop what I was doing, right? Taking away from what I wanted to get done what I had to get done so I could get the fuck out of work and go surf. But I needed to stop in the moment because my relationship with him, with my coworker, is very important at this point in time. And it's important enough for me to stop what I was doing, be aware that I needed to apologize and explain how I was feeling. And you know what he said? He was like, "Oh, you mean you needed to be human?" And we joked, we laughed about it. He was like, "No worries, man. Oh, you need to be, didn't go right into it. We're not close enough to immediately go into the joke, but it's he got it. He understood." And I was like, "Dude, thank you. My bad." And I was trying to be more aware throughout the day of putting a smile on my face and not being a fucking burden on everyone else because I was having a tough time. Because I know what's supposed to come out of this if I can make this happen with work, with it being this kind of like startup thing. If I can do my best in this in this situation, I know financially what can come of it, or even just experientially, if that's even a fucking word. Like helping to kind of raise something from right a sinking ship. Even just that experience, I think, is important. Or even if I don't think it's important, it's what I'm doing currently. So, you know, do it, do it to your best. Do it to the best of your ability. But anyways, I am aware of what I am potentially going to get out of this and realizing like, okay, well, I am choosing to put myself into this situation. So why the fuck would I be upset about this situation? Just don't be in the situation if you don't want to be, you know, take if you don't want to if you want to take your emotions out on if you want to blame if you want to take your emotions out on other people and kind of expel negative vibes into the world, like why would you want to put yourself in that situation? So don't be in that situation. Okay, well, I can't not be in that situation. Okay, well then there you go. There's your reason to just be a fucking chill dude. Like like don't be a dick if you're choosing to be there. It's like, well, I have to be here. It's like, no, you don't. Go die in a ditch. You know what I mean? Like, stop complaining. It's just, and that is not for everyone. There are, I would say, I like to call them, I used the term earlier, D1. There are D3 countries that that's like, that's not exactly the same. It's not exactly the same situation. I'm talking about, I'm talking about in my therapy session, tune out. This is where these were my inside and outside thoughts earlier. So I was actually going to start talking about my family and the family issues that I'm having and really why I'm like hopefully I can open up at some point, but right now we're going to close that lid, screw it on real tight, just put it up on the top shelf away from everything else and never touch it. Never open that can of worms. But no, I'm talking this unawareness. I'm talking about my families, like people that I see in my family and blaming others for your problems and your issues and Never just being like, okay, well, these are the issues, so how do we fix it? If we're really that pissed about this, then how do we fix it? I never understood that about my family. There was always negative vibes. Not always. I am using emphatic and exaggerating, hyperbolic. Ooh, that's a fucking $10 word right there, baby. And hyperbolic terms to express the emotion that I have attached to these memories. It's not. It wasn't all bad, you know. When you call your cable company, there's a couple times where they're like, "Yeah, we'll be out tomorrow." When you like, but 60, 70, maybe 50% of the time, it gets bad. You know, there's fighting, there's negative, there's silent treatment, there's you know stuff that just sucks to be around. Just shit that if you were in someone's house, you were hanging out with a couple, and this was going on, you'd be like, well, you'd either one, you know, let's get some popcorn and this is going to be fucking great. Let's watch this. Let's push them closer to the edge. Or you're going to be like, get me the fuck out of here. Holy shit, I don't want to be around for domestic abuse. So, it's just depends on your perspective. What you want to what do you want to be around for? But yeah, it's like it wasn't always, but these moments of just being like negative, just like, oh, I'm not happy, I'm not being able to do what I want to do, I can't do what I like because I have a fucking family. It's like, well then, why'd you have a family? You know, like, and the funniest part is that I don't even think that my parents are aware of this feeling. Like I'm assuming I'm projecting this, maybe projecting because it's not actually something that I've experienced. I'm assuming I'm assuming that this, and I'm projecting like that's when I get upset, when I get like irrationally upset, that's what I start to look for. It's like, oh, okay, well, I'm not getting enough dopamine. I'm not happy. I'm not doing what I like to do. I'm not able to do what I like to do. And sometimes you can kind of push through it. Like, okay, I can go for a little bit without surfing or biking or this other stuff, but I'm going to get candy then. Like there is a part of, and I'm sure that's like that is my soft fucking my soft white underbelly. That is that's my weak spot. I am a fucking stop complaining, be hard, be a man, push your emotions down, deal with it. Also, I need my sweet treats. So it's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. We're all just hypocrites in our own fucking worlds, expecting everyone else to be perfect. And as soon as we all see that and go, "Oh shit. Fuck, I'm a dick." The sooner I think the better we'll all be for it. But, if you're going to be mad at the world for causing you issues, then you're just going to be mad always. And eventually you're going to want to fucking kill yourself because it sucks. You're going to get to 90. Honestly, fucking grandpappy. That's what he did. He was like, off me. Get me out of here. I'm done. This fucking blows. Why be here any longer? And honestly, I'm right there with you, bud. That's exactly the point that I got to. I was just facing it at 29, just like, yeah, well, there is a way out. There is one way out. I know. I know of one way out. All right. Someone just came by. Quick pause. Game on. Yeah. You know, there's always that one way out. And if you don't want to take it, then you got to make some changes. So what are you gonna do? And I was like around Bend at the time, and just or out. Really, it was out in Utah, and you start get like, fuck, I am so close to like a dream of mine. I guess I can, live till tomorrow. I guess I could try and wake up tomorrow and just I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I mean, I think I just would have died early, like from a drug overdose or something back east. Just housing hard drugs, trying to feel just a little bit of happiness. The East Coast said, no, not today or tomorrow. Wait till the weekend. But not really, because you're an accountant. So you got to work on Saturdays. Fuck you. But it'll be good later in life, I promise. When you can't move or use any of your money, that's when it'll be good. Don't worry about it. Fuck you. Fuck that. Yeah, so don't take your problems out on your family, is really what I'm saying. Oh boy. All right, well, I'm going to try and watch, what's it called? World Champs. And I'll get back to you guys. All right. Car,